Hey, what's going on, VC? Vinyl Groovers here, and today I just wanted to have a discussion about a very pivotal album in soul R&B. And when you think about the term New Jack Swing, if you know, you know. Very funky, soulful sound, a very specific energy, a very specific vibe when many people think of New Jack Swing. You think of late 80s, early 90s R&B, coming out of the heavy ballad era of R&B rhythm from the mid 80s. And then you have this influence of R&B artists that really grew up listening to hip hop and acts like Dougie Fresh and Big Daddy Kane, Stetsasonic, EPMD. So while you had a lot of musicians, artists that were embracing this newer art form called rap music at the time, you still had those traditional artists that played instruments, artists that knew how to read music and knew how to create. But they, in the background, when they opened up their windows, they was hearing this new genre, this style that was coming out of the late 70s, early to mid 80s. DJ Red Alert was playing these types of beats on the radio, particularly in New York City. So these artists that played instruments and, but wanted to bring a part of that same energy, they did their thing. And there was one gentleman by the name of Teddy Riley, fantastic, brilliant artist. Teddy was making some noise up in New York at the time. Young man, kind of bridging these vibes. And eventually he became synonymous with the term New Jack Swing. And I wanted to have a further discussion about the group Guy. Yeah, Guy. This album, what can you say? It screams New Jack Swing. It screams, the combination of those energies that I mentioned. Teddy Riley, Aaron Hall, Damian Hall made up the group Guy. And I can tell you this album, oh my goodness, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. I want to make sure you have a good look at this. If you've never heard this album before, you want something funky, something different, please pick it up. Please pick it up. Again, you got songs up here like Teddy's Jam, Piece of My Love. You can have a piece of my love. Is waiting for you. Girl, it's true. I mean, just great stuff. I like. There's another song up here, Spend the Night, Goodbye Love. This is a classic. This is a classic. Teddy Riley has produced for many, many artists, including Michael Jackson. I mean, he's produced. He's known as a producer. He's not really a singer, but he is the man when it comes to instrumentation. Teddy Riley, as far as I'm concerned, is, from that Quincy Jones school of extremely, extremely creative being and creative energy. I love this album. Again, Teddy Riley, and then Aaron Hall became very popular as well. So if you're looking at the cover, this is a young Teddy Riley right here. You can see that. Okay. In the middle, you got Aaron Hall, great voice, great singer, and then Damian Hall is next to him. This is a great album. Okay. So Damian Hall, and you had another gentleman that came in, the iterations of. So the third member did change. So, but when you think of Guy, you do think of Damian Hall as a part of the group. Okay. So this gentleman actually is another earlier iteration of what eventually became Guy. But this is fantastic. I truly recommend this album. I mean, you hear it, you can't help but dance. I mean, it's a vibe, okay? It's a vibe. Definitely check this out. I wanted to have this vinyl discussion with you. New Jack Swing. Interesting story, when Teddy Riley left New York, he decided to move his record label. It was called Future Records. And for whatever reason, he decided he wanted to move out of New York and go to another area and just start building his label. So he chose Virginia Beach, Virginia. And it just so happened when he moved down to Virginia Beach, Virginia, his studio was next to this high school called Princess Anne, or PA. And interestingly enough, there was a young kid at that high school that got his ear. And that young man's name was Pharrell Williams. Okay, so Teddy Riley is very instrumental in the development of the mega artists that you know today, Pharrell Williams, the Neptunes. So very interesting. This guy, again, Teddy Riley, this album Guy, fantastic. All right. So again, I wanted to make sure to share this with you. Check it out. You take care. I appreciate your time. Peace.